Okay, then let's have a look at 9. We've got to do a sketch here. We've got the sketch of f of x. It's got a maximum at 2, 5. It intersects the x-axis at -2, 0 and at 6, 0. So that's what we've got there in terms of the sketch. Now what do they want us to do? Here's the question. Sketch the graph of y equals fx over 2, indicating the coordinates of the stationary point and the coordinates of the point of intersection of the graph with the x-axis. Okay, so I've done the sketch in grey. I know it should be done on a separate sketch, but I'm just going to overlay it in a different colour. So I've drawn it in grey so I can draw it in yellow. So we want to sketch f of x over 2, and this sketch here is the sketch of f of x. Okay, so let's do that then. So f of -2 is 0. So when is this -2? Well, x would need to be -4, wouldn't it? Can you see that? So if I put in -4 and 0, as my x value is -4, that goes in there. That would be f of -2. So that point there, in effect, comes to there. What about the 6? If I put in, to get 6, I'd need to put in 12. So I'm going to need to just draw that a bit longer. So I'm going to get rid of that part there and draw it a bit longer. And I'm going to draw this axis in now. And I'm going to draw in 12, 0. And it's stretched out, isn't it, by a factor of 2 basically. That point is stretched out double away from O, and that one is also double. So where would this one be? When x is 2, y is 5. So what value would you need to put in x here? You'd need to put in 4, wouldn't you? 4 over 2 is 2. That would give you a value of 5 then, wouldn't it? F of 2. So that point there in effect moves to 4. So everything is sort of like spaced out away from the 0 by a factor of 2. All happy with that? So when x is here, when x was 0, you'll get a value. And that point stays the same. Because when x is 0, you get f of 0. This is f of 0. And when x is 0 here, you put in 0, you still get f of 0. So that value will stay the same. So it just stretches out here, like so. So I'm going to draw it now. There's the maximum, don't forget. So it comes up, goes to the maximum, comes back down and stretches out like so, and this stretches out like so. The scale isn't quite right because the 12 I didn't have enough room over here, but you can see in effect what happens when you do a better sketch than I've just drawn. Okay then, so you'd want to move this graph over to the center of the picture and do a proper sketch now, wouldn't you, of that? But I'm going to leave it as is, and that's part A, isn't it? So here I just specify max is at this point here, which we said was 4, 5, and roots are at coords -4, 0, and 12, 0, wasn't it? Sorry about the mess, but that's, I think in principle, that shows the essence of the question. Okay, part A done. Great.